brother, faced with hard luck. Faced with hard luck. Card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Pimps and card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. We all brother, faced with hard luck. Faced with hard luck. Card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Pimps and card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck.
Good morning and welcome to the Hard Luck Show. I'm your certified host, Steve Lucky Luciano. Got my man, the Indian, in the room.
Chumahan!
And old Blue Eyes himself.
You know it. Frank Sinatra's son. That's right.
Got OG Snoop in the house.
What up?
And today, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the beautiful pleasure, gorgeous pleasure of having two beautiful ladies today. I've got the artist Alectra in the house and her manager, Debra. Welcome to the Hard Luck Show, ladies.
Come on!
Yeah. What's happening, ladies? Is this from Atlanta? Is that
Yes.
where we're at?
Yes.
Where exactly in Atlanta are you at?
McDonough.
Yeah.
I've been to Atlanta.
Yeah.
but
I almost didn't get out of Atlanta.
Listen, the greatest thing about Armoretta making that song is that everybody thinks every part of Georgia is Atlanta. No, it's not. You might not be far from there, but we're on the south side, the south end. So this is the suburb part of Atlanta. It's the south side.
Now,
And
let me.
that's the other side.
The South Side. Deborah,
South
you're doing a great job. You know, I was first so that everybody gets this correct that you're listening. Alectra is the artist and Deborah is her manager. And I got to say, I came across Alectra through Christian Snoop, started following her, listened to her wonderful music. She's absolutely gorgeous. We right away was just like, man, he had some cookies gear going to her. And I go, man, what a great look. And he started telling me about you as well. And I want to say before we start, you're doing both of you are doing a great job. Yeah, amazing. I love her work and you're doing a great job managing her.
If we could do that, if Callie would just slow down a little bit out there so that we could get stuff done, that would be amazing. Amazing.
Chumahan, I put him onto her, and now he's following, and
she is so talented.
Yeah.
And you know something more talented than she was given credit for.
What does that mean? How I unpack that for everybody so they can finally get it straight?
Yeah, like I think that it's a shame how we as adults get corrupt these children in this game. You know what I'm saying? And I hate when a person tries to build another person's career down and you dumbfound them, and being the adult that you're able to go out there to spread rumors that have all these children, you know, come out there. I call the internet the murder capital of the world. You know what I'm saying? This is the murder capital that you can go out and say anything about a person and you've been tried and convicted. We don't even need courtrooms anymore.
Right.
We do not need a courtroom, because all you got to do is go on here, and then all of the minions that are out there that know no better, you know, that's why this game is so disrespected now. And people, it's like the Wild Wild West, and people are doing what they want to do because adults are fighting to find their way back. And then that they start destroying the children and filling them up with different things that are not going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much gossip and it's so much crazy that she had to be removed so that her mind could be right. And she's super talented. So when I heard, I was first told, oh, she don't have no music. She don't sound like, she's not like this. So I was looking at one day and I said, well, just send me something. And when she sent it, I said, what the hell? Why would somebody say she can't do this? Because she's talented. Yes, she needs, all artists need artist development. They all need it.
Right.
She needs artist development. But for a person that had never been in a studio, that had never did this stuff before, to sound the way she sounds, is only up from here.
Alectra, where did you start in your artist career? What was the beginnings? When did you know you had some talent and how did it come across?
I knew I was in a girl group when I was like 14.
What was it called? What were they called?
I don't really remember the name. But I was in a little girl group and we traveled, we went to New York and we performed, and I kind of just I knew I needed needed it for myself.
Right.
Like I became solo, and then I just went on from there. I've always loved music since I was young.
Right, but like when as a baby or as a little girl did you know you had a special relationship with music? Was it something that a record your mom played? Were you in church? How did it go?
No, I mean, I think the day that it started for me was when my uncle, he would always like beat on a table or beat on a door and like, make a little beat out of it. And like all of my cousins and I, we would just sit around and like freestyle. And that's where it like really started.
I love that. And so do you have, who are your influences in terms of artists? Do you follow male artists? Do you follow female ones? Are there any that you look up to as people who can show you the way?
That's kind of funny. It's Nicki would be my biggest one, Nicki Minaj. And then for male, it would be like Eminem and Drake.
Eminem and Drake in that order?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got. The crazy thing about her is, and that's what we're trying to do now. Find her, like find who she is, because Alectra likes a mixture of music. She doesn't want to be placed in a box.
Right.
Right.
And I'm not going to allow that to happen. And that was the same thing with Nicki, like showing her that you can do anything. You're not going to allow these people to put you in a box. Okay? And her thoughts and the way she want to be, because she loves Doja Cat. As well as her loving Nicki, she loves Doja Cat.
Right.
But it's those pop sides of her, it's those quirky sides of her. She has so many different people inside of her. I hate that part of like, she loves Nicki, and that I'm not going to take away, but I don't want that to be like a focal point of people. Oh yeah, because after what you say that, then say, oh, this is who you're trying to be. You know how the industry gets.
Yep.
And they do that. I don't think they'll ever fit enough Nicki Minaj. I know they will. She's rare. She was rare. But her thoughts, the only bad part is the misconception that she's given about how the industry runs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the different things she was told, that this has to be like this has to be like that. And she's that regular artist that she should go to the studio, put the record up. The record got to go up. And this is time for me to do this. And, I want to do that. And then some of the sounds she like, I don't want her in those sounds, but I'm not an artist. You know what I'm saying? So I don't tend to, I want to enhance what you have and enhance what you do. But she likes a lot of hood stuff, and she loves the hood stuff.
Right. You know what? And now listen, I'm not even trying. I'm gonna say a statement, and I don't want you to take it wrong. I'm not comparing you or saying that you're like, but there was a young woman that came out some years back, and she was young. But when she busted out on the scene, she took command of the camera and the set like she owned it. There was a confidence to her.
That's us.
And when I saw you for the first time, when the way that you looked in the camera and kind of handled yourself, I was like, wow, this girl is commanding everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you were really owning it. And you know what I'm going to tell you who it was? It was Britney Spears. When I first saw Britney Spears, she was like, this is a young lady that busted out, but she commanded it like she'd been doing this her whole life. And your eyes followed her emotion and everything she did. You were all bought in. And you have that sense of power as you approach the camera. Like you command, like your eyes are stuck on you. Not just what she's singing. It's not like you, I don't know what the word is, but you really engage. Like I found myself looking, I'm like, wow, man, like all your moves, everything that's going on, your emotion in your eyes and your voice, you're glued on it, And I always say that's star power, And
that's definitely, like you hit that nail on, because we've been through that too about Britney. We've been through that. And the greatest part about her, somebody might look at it one way, she's multicultural. So she has all her sides inside of her. And it's finding it to place them where they need to be at. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because not that she can't do it, but it has to be tasteful in doing it.
I wanted to ask Alectra also, given that I think in terms of music, things are a little more fluid now. right? Like you have eclectic tastes. It's what I've heard, right? You like what you like, and it doesn't fit a category. How do you see yourself growing into and defining a space for yourself that's not going to be controlled by others?
How do I find myself?
Yeah, what is your thought about that? Where are you going with this future and your identity and keeping it fluid and not allowing yourself to get pigeonholed by what people want to expect out of you?
That's why she's here.
Literally, that's why I'm here. We've been working on it.
That's why she's here.
I'm making my own lane.
It's her lane.
And what is it that goes into making your own lane? So how do you break out and make your own lane? What do you do? What do you think about? What do you get focused on? How do you do that? How does
listen, not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
She has to learn who she is. You have to understand when you come up under people and they want you to be exactly who they want you to be.
Right.
Okay, it's difficult because she lost herself, and for so long, Alectra was, I don't know where her mind was. Her mind wasn't here.
What was that journey? What was that journey where Alectra, for a moment, you were in the desert looking for yourself? What was that?
I can talk about
We
it.
can talk about it. Yeah, I got you. We can talk about it.
I don't even know how to explain that.
Just do your best. Like this is just a regular show. We're just friends. We're just here talking.
But I think the clarity needs to be done because it's in LA, and that's the part that's like really, really good, you know?
What was at least some of the aspects? You don't have to say everything, but just because there's a lot of young ladies that are going to be, and men, that are going to be listening to you, Alectra, and they need to know, like, yes, I can get a little lost. I can try different things, and now I'm trying to find myself again and what that is. So share a little bit of your journey. I
got really lost like a few months ago, and that's when Deb found me. I was like completely broken. You know, I had a friend group. I was surrounded by what I thought was family, you know, and it's so hard to succeed around people who want to step on you. Mm-hmm. And so I had to, like, you know, arm's distance, and she taught me that. And I had to like leave that, and I was also tied into a relationship at the time too, and I had to leave that all behind, and I was alone for a long time. But she's also teaching me that I can't mistake my boredom, my peace for boredom, because being around like a whole bunch of people, especially being from LA, like I'm always constantly around people, and here I'm more just around her, like learning, and so I have to learn how to be at peace.
Man, Steve, can you relate to that?
Damn, man. Sometimes you got to get away from all of it and learn. Like, it's good to be. There's nothing wrong with being alone. There's nothing wrong with finding yourself. And you want to know something? So many people don't take the time to do that. Yeah. And you really can't have a life. And you really can't engage that life until you learn how to engage yourself and find out who you are.
Right. I mean, that's why those Shaolin monks go up to a monastery on top of a mountain, is because they got to get away from the noise so they can uncover what's inside of them.
And you know what? I like what you said, you know, what you said, to not mistake your peace for boredom. And it can seem like that when you're coming out of like all of the craziness of it, because it's so different. But if you can have somebody like a Debra who's reassuring you and patient and taking time with you, you know, I think more than anything, I think that the fact that you have somebody that's there that is taking the time to make sure that you're all right is something that we don't have a lot of happening for our youth. They're just, people are just trying to rip them apart and get what they can. And like you said, step on them. And it's like, what we need some adults to step away from themselves and start investing in our youth, man, in a general way. And this is an exact example of that. Like putting your arm around them and fostering these kids, man, you know, these young people, and showing them right.
That's what I told her. Stop rushing, thinking that this could happen tomorrow. See, the next thing is that coming out of a world of social media, being an influencer and coming to the music game, they're not the same. And although they could have actually intertwined with each other, that would have been a perfect marriage, okay? In another world, if people were perfect there, where there wasn't any problems and there wasn't anything, you know, going through a whole bunch of garbage and junk, then it would have worked out lovely. They're two separate worlds, but yet they came to join each other. They're like Siamese twins now in a way. Okay?
Man, you got to preach on that. Me and Chumahan talk about that. Like, there is no fast track. I don't care. And if you go up fast, you're ending fast. What goes up fast, like everything good in life, anything that's of value and quality, it takes work. There's a road, there's a process, there's learning, there's pitfalls. And if you try and bypass, and this social media gets us thinking that you snap your fingers, but it's all fake, man. Like, and if you really are about your craft, and this is really who you are, you're gonna end up exactly where you need to be, and the process is gonna teach you.
You know what I get angry about, and I told her this. I said, one of the things is that, Nikki, I really wish she would tell her story for real. And I don't think that, not because I was with her, I don't think that I know there's not a woman out there to this day that worked as hard as that girl worked. And I told her, you have to get tunnel vision. I used to go through that with Nikki. Like, you must have tunnel vision. It's not what these people say.
Right.
You know, you have to know, what are you willing to sacrifice to get to the top? And I can tell her this every day. I would instill this in her. And she really went through a lot of changes because she had people coming at her from every angle. Okay? And all the things that she went through, and I told Alexa that she couldn't handle the stuff. She was a basket case. If you could beat me through this school of hard knocks, you good. You're gonna be able to come up against whatever. She'll tell you, I'm not gonna have it. You either want it or you don't want it, but there is no in between. For women, we don't have a lot that we could go up there with.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's not about going through all of that. That's why females don't make it once they get past certain ages, because they came in sexually. The whole thing is that way. So now they're looking for the next little girl to come through.
Right.
That's right. And people, not to cut you off, but people don't understand that what appears to be an overnight success, right? It's not. When you scratch the surface, like you were talking about Britney, and you were saying, Steve, about how it seemed like Britney had been doing it, had a lot of... The truth, right. The truth is she had been doing it for a long time already.
And that's what I was telling the lecturer. I said, the good thing about her is she's still so young. Okay, she's still young. Stop trying to cram everything in one day.
Right.
You cannot cram stuff in one day. You cannot look at every day you're supposed to do something. People, you feel that if you sit in the studio all day, you're an artist. That does not make you an artist.
That's right.
Develop. You have to speak it, walk it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to eat, sleep, and breathe.
And you know what? And you want to know something? And I understand, and I could only imagine for somebody that's young, because I deal with a lot of young people, that it's got to be really difficult to understand and wrap your head around. Because
I'm going to tell you that you're incorrect. One of the things about her that I love is that she listens.
But that's what I was getting at, is that they've grown up differently than us, so that it is make it difficult. But once in a while, you find a young person that will listen. They will believe what you're saying. They will take direction.
A female, because it's very hard. Like for me, it's like, that's what's so important to me. I needed that female. Unfortunately, Miss Minaj got me very spoiled with the way I want a woman to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. And I needed a woman that had tunnel vision, that she didn't think what was between her legs. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But everything was eat, sleeping, and breathing this. And Electra's very good. She's not boy crazy. You know, she's a teenager for real. And the thing I love about her, she's 19 years old and she asks us for permission. You know, it's like who? I know the first time she said it, I said, "Is she real?"
Yeah.
Like, she's real.
Electra, hold on. Electra, now on a stack of Bibles, no baloney. Is it true? Are you or aren't you boy crazy?
I mean, after getting out of a relationship, I'm good off that for right now.
Right, so you're taking a break from it all.
Mm-hmm.
But she talks. See, that's it. She's not sneaky with it. That's the thing I'm trying to tell you. She ain't creepy. She ain't sneaky with it.
Right.
She talks. That's the one thing about her. If it's something she don't know, if it's something like we can talk, we can lay there and have a conversation, and we can talk about stuff. And that's the stuff that's good. When you're creeping and sneaking and you're doing that and you're not true to who you are, it becomes something different.
Of course, if there's no honesty, you can't work with it.
Here you go. And that's not who she was. That's not who Nikki was.
And so
Great.
So, Alectra, let me ask you this. So, on some level, right, having a mentor is somewhat like having a parent of some kind. Now, how is this relating with your genetic or your bio family? Is it a partnership, or is that something you've had to get distance from? Can you walk us through a little bit about that?
I kind of am just confused by the question.
What do you mean?
I'm just confused by the question. What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm saying that on some level, right? We're talking to your mentor right here. She's not your mom, but you also do have a mom.
Yes.
So I'm curious to find out what the family relationship or how the handoff is between your mom and your mentor here. Is it easy going? Is it something you have to navigate?
It's so because my mom is so supportive. My whole entire family is so supportive. And my mom and Deb talk like every day. So it was like, yeah, it's just like
it's like mother. I'm a mother. She's a mother.
Right.
And I had to look this woman in her eyes and let her know I got your daughter.
Right. Of course. Right.
I got her. Like mother to mother. I have children. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, me and Jalen, like Jalen doesn't move. She'll call me. Somebody call her. When you call her, she calls me. She will not interfere. She will not get in. She was here. You know, her sister came, her nephew, like the family came. I'm an open book because if you're allowing her to come in, I need you to see where she's at also.
Of course.
I need you to know that she's safe. And I'm going to do it like you're going to do it like she wants. She'll tell you that. We've had our first spat. We had our first spat. We did. We did. She packed up. She was packed up, going back. But I wanted to feed her, and I told her mother, I said, let her go ahead and go. But me and her was communicating. I said, let her go through this. She said, she's crying. I said, good. But then I felt bad, and I came out my meeting, and I came here, and then she sat there like, no, I don't have anything to say. Are we going to do that? I turned right around, got my car pulled off. I said, let's take this up and tell she. I said, she ain't going to win. Let her just go ahead. She good. I knew what she was. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know everything, but it's not what you think. And you think I'm going to flip, and you think I'm going to cuss you out. You think I'm not going through all that. I'm in space. God, you have your space. You think that this is how it's supposed to go. Go ahead.
How did you guys meet? How did you, Letra, and you, Debra, how did you guys make the connection?
I got a call one day from Jeremy. Jeremy called me. He said, Deb, I know you're going to love her. I know you're going to love her. I'm like, Jeremy, I'm not, don't bring me anybody. I'm over this thing. I'm over this. And what made me grow into it is once I seen what was going on there. And then when me and her had a conversation, and she said, Deb, I did do music before. I have some music. She sent me those records. So hearing the stuff that was being said, and on the back end of it, I knew what was going on. Automatically, mommy mode jumps into me, and I want to protect her. And as I talked to her, she had tunnel vision. Like, I'm teaching her how to have tunnel vision while we was talking. Not going against anything that was said. I knew the stuff that was going on, but I started training her mentally and started trying to get her mind to go a different place because she was so sad. She was in such a dark space. And listening to her didn't sound like what they were sounding like about her. That wasn't the same person. And me and her having conversations, the little conversations that we had, because she wouldn't talk really. She just stayed, mum's the word. Like, I'm taking all of this in because if I say something, I'm going to lose my whole career and I'm going to go through all the stuff that I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll never be able to make this because it was in her brain that this is what you had to do. And things that she was told to do, now when it gets her that they had things that they could use against her and make her think that she was this terrible lying person. Well, I had to work on all of that stuff and it had really, really gotten crazy with it. And then I decided I'm taking it. At first I walked away from it. I said, oh no, I can't do this drama. I'm not doing all this. But then afterwards, it was wrong for me to kind of do that because she called me too. And we started talking and she started opening up. You know what I'm saying? She really started opening up. Social service is a part of my background. So youth is who I really work with. I love kids.
Right.
Like something really big that I love the kids. And as we started talking, I just fell in love with her when she came. No, I went to Florida because I went to Miami. I said, I'm going to meet you there in Miami because she was doing a fashion show. And she was doing it, but I could see that she be training and all the things that she needed. And I said, I'm taking it. This is it.
And excuse me if I come off as a nerd because I don't know everybody. Who's Jeremy?
Well,
You said Jeremy. I'm like, who's Jeremy?
Jeremy Green, you don't know him?
I don't. I like I said, I'm a nerd. I'm an attorney, so I'm not even in the game that way. So I wouldn't know. So Jeremy Green.
All this time and you didn't never talk about him, and he's a lawyer. He could have told you stuff. He could have helped you.
And so Electra, what is like a day for you? Like, do you have a workout routine, and then you work on your music? What's your schedule like?
My schedule right now, she did have me and still is going to have me run up this hill that's outside her house. And we have to run up this hill and sing all of my songs, go through the whole set.
While you run up the hill?
Yes, while I run.
So you get that breath work.
It's so bad. I cannot breathe.
Tell them how you was at first. Oh, Deb, I can do that. Tell them how all of this was.
I'm very confident because I run at home. When I'm at home, I just run all the time. So I was like, oh, running and singing, that's easy. No, it's not. No, it is not. So, and then, after that, I get some choreo in to my songs and my music, and that's like kind of it. Sometimes I work on, I want my arms bigger and I want my abs to grow. Sometimes I work on that.
Now, are you on a strict diet? Like, are you into greens? Are you vegan? What's going on? I mean, I don't think you can be vegan in Atlanta, right? That's like an impossible.
That's not true.
Is that not true?
No, that's not true.
She hates my.
I do not like her diet. That's a fight that we have. But you want to know something?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something I'm very happy about. While she was gone, I feel good because there was a lot of things instilled in her that she wasn't doing. Mm-hmm. And she was ready to come back. Like, she got to see everybody. She got to do it. But her discipline mode, she's so thirsty. She's so hungry for it that she got to come back. And then I seen her eating.
What was she eating? What's her guilty pleasure food? Come on, let's not make games.
Oreos.
Oreos. Oh my God.
That's Big Lux. Big Lux likes the Oreos.
That's bad news, baby.
That's vegan though. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
accidentally, not on purpose. There's just no actual milk or dairy in that cookie at all. Straight chemical.
Waka's the vegan.
Is he?
Waka eats weird.
Yeah, well, then he and I should go out to dinner because I eat real weird too. I'm vegan. I'm the only vegan American Indian there is.
I'm not going to say you're Indian and you're vegan. That's the first one I've ever heard of.
Yeah, because I used to hunt. I grew up hunting on the reservation. I killed my first wild boar when I was 7 on the Seminole Indian reservation, and now I'm vegan. When I go back home, all my Indian friends are like, what the hell happened to you, man? Like, we don't recognize you anymore.
Yeah, when Waka first went that way, I cried so bad. And they was like, I said, they would have told me. He probably was out here with a nasty girl and this happened. And I was scared to death. I was crying so bad. And I looked at him, I said, he stopped because he wouldn't he was purifying his body at this time, detoxing his entire body. And he stunk so bad. Like, he was so skinny. He looked like, I don't want to say, he just looked bad.
Right.
And he said, Mom, why are you going through that? I said, you can talk to me. You can tell me. Like, that kind of scared me from that a little bit but he's an extremist when it comes to stuff like that. But she doesn't eat food. Like, she doesn't eat anything. And I told her the stuff she can't do. And we have to go through things with her vocals and what you're drinking and what you're eating. It's like, if you want this, there's a lot that come with this. And I said to her, what are you willing to sacrifice to get to the top? I said, don't answer me now, but I need you to think about that. I asked every person that I've ever worked with that's my question I asked. What are you willing to sacrifice to get to the top? And you must have tunnel vision. I'm the only person whispering in your ear right now. And if I hurt you, I hurt me. So.
Debra, let's cut the baloney. Let's get right down to it. Who inspires you? Who do you look up to?
Me. Me. Listen,
bam.
I put my hand out in in people's hands. I've done stuff. I got stabbed so much it's pathetic. And because I am an OG, I'm governed by different types of rules that I can't go back on. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard. I'm paranoid out here right now. The one thing it is that I'm very spiritual and I rely on that man upstairs. That's numero uno right there. Okay? And he guides me. I know the playground that I'm playing in. You understand what I'm saying? So there's not very many people that I can look up to because there's a lot of fakeness here. You don't know who was who. Yeah, I've had them all laugh at me. I've worked with some of everybody. Okay? Other people will take the credit for everything, but I've worked with some of everybody. But that is what it is. That's all I was supposed to do, is do exactly what I was supposed to do. And I'm not upset about it. I'm good. So I trust me. That's who I trust. I'm not going to hurt you.
So let me ask you this then, Debra.
Say Debra too. Only my daddy called me that.
Okay. I'm not trying to play that, but I like that name, Debra. Now okay, Debra. Hey, what? Debra.
Easy, guys. Easy there, Debra.
No.
Hey, so Debra, all right? Alectra has let us know it's the Oreos. For you, Debra, what is the guilty pleasure food that you eat? That you know it's like, I probably shouldn't be eating that, but I'm going to eat it right now.
Was it those cookies that you had just got? Those really good
Oh,
cookies?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about those.
Are you really going to snitch?
I like how they both have to look at each other to answer that question.
Yeah.
What kind of cookies was that?
The store here, they have these lemon, thin, crunchy. They're very thin.
They're very thin.
Look, I go store hopping. This is so bad. I go store hopping, look at these lemon cookies, and they got coconut and key lime. I don't like chocolate, but they got coconut and key lime. Coconut is the one I find the most. The lemon is almost like somebody sits out there waiting for the truck to come every day. And when they put the lemons, they take the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
You ever go to the store and get an attitude with somebody?
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? That's how I roll.
Listen, I had to go apologize to the lady. Because I snapped so bad. I was so pissed off. And I said, did I really just do that? I'm like, oh, my God, this is bad. But then I got on Amazon. $2.96.
Oh, yeah.
That's how much the bag is on Amazon. $14.
Yeah.
Only a little bag with a little bit of cookies in it. What is it, guys?
Boy.
I'm tired of riding. I'm looking for this. I done been to 4 of them here. 4 here. Never. And I don't even drink alcohol. And they had a coconut, because I'm always buying bottles, because I like because it looks pretty. I buy bottles because it looks pretty. Okay? They had a wine made out of coconut.
A wine made out of coconut?
Wine made out of coconut. But I tasted, they call me 2 sips because I don't drink. The wine is so good, it's made out of coconut. And then they have a chocolate.
Yeah.
They're not going to shit either. They have a chocolate. They have a chocolate one that you can pour like a peppermint shot glass that I love during this time of the year.
This time of the year.
You got soon, and you take the chocolate and put it into a peppermint shot glass. Drink. These are alcohol. But guess how much this wine got? I thought it was a little bit. I said, oh, this is good. It's only 15% alcohol. They said, wine don't have 15%.
That's right. That's right, actually. That's a fortified wine. That's a fortified wine.
Oh, I took, listen.
Hey, but if they call you 2 sips, how big are the sips?
Little. I don't drink, period. So I'm a liar because I drink some of that.
Yeah.
I took 2 sips and my body was hot.
Yeah.
Tell us what's coming up for people right now. You've got an audience listening that are going to go on Google and they're going to go search and go find Alectra. What's coming up and what can we look forward to over, say, through the next year, beginning of 23? What's happening with Alectra?
Oh, by that time we didn't have these records. We have one. I'm not at liberty to talk about it yet because they want to be the first people to announce it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't talk about that yet. That she has some really nice stuff that's going on. Jazzy's cooking up because Jazzy Fayes came in with me too. So I love Jazzy. Okay, and he's cooking up some stuff. So we have a plan. Next week she'll be in motion because she just got back. So she's going to be going into dance classes. All of this is artist development right now. I work with no artists that don't want artist development. I will not work with you. Because you're just here for today, your moment. All of this work that you place into somebody, it has to be worth it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when I look at that screen, or when I sit there and you pick up that award, that's everything for me. That's the last time I went to a BT award when Nikki went up there and got her award. My job was completed. It was done. And I've never been back inside of there again. It was done. So I'm waiting to sit on that stage to watch her walk across there. This one here, I'm not. Is a little different.
Oh, she on her way. She's on her way.
She's going to get there. She's talented. So people have a lot to look forward to because she's battling her artistry. She's battling her, what do you want to call it? This social media stuff.
Yeah.
She's battling her boredom.
Yeah.
Boredom, for sure.
Well, 7 keeps it.
But
So does smoke.
Smoke is 7 keeps her. I have a bird that's a very unusual bird.
what kind of bird is it?
Catalina McCall.
All right. What does it do? Can it talk?
Can she talk?
She
Cuss.
screams at me.
At you, Alectra?
Hey girl. Hey girl.
And I teach her new noises. I'd be like, "Brrr," and she'll do it back. It's so fun. I love it.
Alectra, where do people go to keep up with you on your social media? Like, is there a place where people can learn to keep up with you or whatever's going on?
Yes, every platform is Alectra Music, Alectra Music. That's on every platform. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all of it.
Awesome. And what is a favorite song of yours, Alectra, that most people probably wouldn't assume somebody like you would like? Do you have a favorite song that most people would do? Oh, I mean, Debra seems to have an idea. Is there a song out there that's kind of different that you like?
I'm gonna sound really cocky. It's one of mine, and it's an unreleased, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's one of mine. It's my favorite.
Can you
She wrote. Because she had it where she couldn't write. At least that's what she's thinking, that she couldn't do it. But when she came up, she says, Dad, I want to say something. So we laid there. We laid across the bed. We started talking, and she says, I want you to hear. She pulls a book out, and I said, what are you doing? She said, I want you to hear this. And she spit those bars. And I said, who did that? Who did it? She did it.
Without revealing too much, Alectra, I know our sound engineer, who was a rap guy for a minute there. He wrote a lot. He downplays it, but he was big in the Bay Area. Don't laugh. It's not funny. It's real. Yeah. Alectra, what is your writing process? How do you write? How do you write your bars?
Okay, so for me, it's the vibe of the music, the beat, the vibe of the beat. I need to know, like, am I trying to go hard? Am I trying to, like, I did a Caribbean type of sound just recently, and like that one, you know, it's just the type of vibe that I'm going for, and then it just kind of goes from there.
And are you handwriting in like a notepad, or what's that process there?
Sometimes it is a notepad, and other times it's like I record myself, just in case, you know, because like I don't want to lose the melody.
Right, you're just trying to do it as fast as you can to capture whatever the inspiration is without waiting.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. He asks us all the good questions. Because do you notice this interview is kind of slick, teaching me some stuff also, and I'm very happy because stuff that we talked about, she's talking about it now, and she's saying these things, and it's sometimes I'm a sucker, but I'm very proud of you, Alectra. Yes, I really am. Like, he's asking all the right questions because I'm learning. Because she was so dark. She was in such a dark space. And it bothers her when people say different things. You know, she allowed that to mess with her, but I think she's getting a little tough now, though, because she's not affected by things.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something then, Debra. What is it that you are learning from her? What is she teaching you?
Good question.
Through this process.
I got a lot to teach her.
No. I know you do, girl. I know you do, all right? But we got to let Debra answer this one.
That question was a Debra.
Yeah. What are you learning through this process from her?
She's listening. That's the biggest thing. Women don't listen.
Boy, you don't have to tell me that. I'm married. I already know that.
Women do not listen, and she's young. You know, even though she thinks that I'm not on to what they're doing, no matter this, you know, here's the thing. I'm going to say this to you, then I'm going to answer your question. I said to her, the one thing that I want you to always remember, okay? The game will always remain the same. The only thing that changes is the players.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was your age and people was telling me different things, I said what I wasn't going to go through. Now I'm where they at. And I done been through what they going through and going through what they were going through then now. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that changes is the players. But the game will always remain the same. There are things that you have to do in coming up in it. But she was so resistant before because it was so hard because she was mentally, she was conditioned a certain kind of way. And it was difficult. It was a fight. It was a struggle. But she showed me right now that she's paying attention and she really wants this. So if she goes that hard, I'm going harder. I can only feed off of what you give me. And asking all the right questions that are things that I was questioning some things, seeing where she at since she came back. But she's opened up more, even more now that she came back. And it's almost like she couldn't wait to get back. She couldn't wait because, like, even her mom would call me and says, you know, she really wants to get out of here. And it was like crazy because she couldn't wait to get home, but letting her see that all the things that was going on when you left are going to be there while you're
Right.
Okay? Right. It's not going to be any different. It might be a little bit more drama and a little bit more stuff, but it's all going to be there. I said, you better enjoy every bit of this now, because when you really get into that work, you're going to be crying. I'm tired. I don't want to do this again. Well, I got to go there because it's work. She hasn't gotten to that point yet. You understand what I'm saying? That she know how to hell with. She got the workout regimen, a little bit of it, but now she'll go into training. And I want her to go into regular dance training with other people because I need her to be competitive. Like to have to go up against.
I got some club etiquette.
Okay. Yeah.
Remember I learned that.
Yeah, she learned that in the club. She had to learn about the club. I had her doing certain things and putting her up against certain things. Not that she fit, but I needed her there. I needed you to see what this is. I needed you to know that if you can't stay in a spot on the stage for a song, what you think you're ready to do? What you ready to do?
That's and real.
I go through that. We went through that. We went through on the young people side of the hangout side, and you want your voice? You don't have that up there. Look at what it does. That stage is not little when you're up there alone. And you got to carry this whole thing. Is that what you want? I'm going to put you in everything it is, and did I not do that to you? I'll put it in, because this is what you have in your head, and this is not supposed to be, because people are telling you that this is what it's supposed to be. Even when you're talking to these other artists, they're not being truthful with you. They're not telling you what they really, really go through in order to make it. What did it take for them to get to where they are now, from then to now? What are all the things that they had to do for their success? But a person can never determine your success if they don't know your goal.
You know what, Debra? I'm going to tell you straight up. I'm not going to pull any punches. I'm seeing a movie. This is like the artist version of Rocky. You're like Mickey, and she's like Rocky, and you're telling her, like, look, you think it's so easy? You're going to have to run up that hill and sing, girl. You got to have that breath. That stage, it's a marathon when you're up there by yourself. I love that. We need that. You need to get somebody on there to document the real work that goes in to make a true champion like Alectra.
Yeah, and that's what Waka said, too. He said, Ma, I'm not. He said, I know you don't like all of that stuff. He said, I just was going to do a show. I'm literally not doing the show. I was taking on some girls and bringing them into Ms. Deb's House of Hip Hop. Okay, but it was like a boot camp show. It was not going to be what people thought it was going to be. I was going to strip them down. Okay, you got to earn this.
Yes.
Earn this. But I don't care who try to do it. You're not me. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not playing with you.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. But y'all are asking the right questions, and it's helping me that she's paying attention. So she is paying attention. She do want this. She is getting there. There's a lot of things for women with me. You got to prove because they're not y'all. Y'all could be Cyclops 20 minutes, and y'all are still men, and you're still there. But for women, I keep telling them you can't do all the stuff that all of them do.
Man, I'm feeling it. Love it.
Man, I'm so excited. I'm gonna fly out to Atlanta and have some thin lemon cookies with Debra right now.
Man, we're gonna hijack a truck. We're gonna hijack a truck of those lemon cookies, and we're gonna drive them out there and visit you
When
guys.
I'm out in Atlanta, I'm gonna give you a call, Debra. We are gonna have a night on the town.
Listen, you guys.
Y'all find them cookies there.
And to my listeners out there, Alectra, ALECTRA music at Alectra Music on all platforms. You need to go follow her. Listen to her music.
I'm following
Debra,
her.
where can people find you for management?
Oh no.
Okay. But you just watch. Debra's in the background. She's the manager.
Don't
Follow
even,
Alectra.
yeah. Don't come at her with your
Yeah,
your
don't
star.
bother her. She's busy with Electra building a
come on.
star right now.
Come on.
Yeah, I have to. I have television now. It's about her, and she's our tomorrow.
I like that. I love that,
it.
man.
So no.
Well, hey, you know what? I've regained some hope, knowing that there's somebody taking care of, there's a person looking out for a young artist, and doing the right thing, and it makes me feel good to have this interview, know that's going on. I think I like you guys even more.
Yep.
And listen, I want you to know we support you here at the Hard Luck Show. We're going to get some shows up, some show posts together, let you approve them. And we're going to, introduce you to our audience. And we're here and down the road in a couple months, maybe we'll do a check-in and a re-update and find out some more stuff that's going on with you. But we absolutely support you and love having you guys on the show.
Thank you. And you know what I want to tell you, which I should have said, that the only thing that I'm doing for independent artists is I have a radio show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called B100, BE100 Radio. And I'm a BBS station also. So you actually get credit for spitting it. And we break records. We break records there.
Okay.
So that's something that I look out for independent artists with, like coming over there. But the day-to-day, this will get my day-to-day. She's right here with me. So this is when I'm really into it, more so. And I'm not looking to, I wasn't going to do this anymore. She done brought me out of something.
Right. Electra, you just keep running up that hill and singing. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Maybe put some ankle weights on them legs. Let's
Ladies, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for taking the time. We're sending our best out to you out of Atlanta. And we will keep up and we will talk soon. And thank you, ladies, both for being on the show tonight.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Thank you so much, guys. And thanks for looking out for her. Thank you guys so much. This Christian,
big shout out to Christian. He's gonna
Big
keep
shout
it
out to
coming
Christian.
too. We're gonna keep you up on cookies too, girl. All right, we got you.
I know that's the thing. And Steve LaBelle is like my brother. I've known Steve for so many years.
Well, shout out to Steve LaBelle too.
Steve LaBelle.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Electra Music, you guys. Electra Music.
Let's go. Come on.
Alexa Music for future artists.
Yeah.
I don't need no man on my team. It's a fly girl thing. Bust on drippy on me. Yeah. Suicide doors up for the queen. Yeah. Got that body, I'ma make you feel. It's casual, it's special. Big bands in the land in escrow. Still gang with the land with the set though. Still throw it back, we can go retro. My duty wine fine like battle. I glide through time full throttle. Timeline, Nikki follow, unfollow. It's always showtime, feel like the Apollo. I don't need no man, baby, hold up. Either get down or get fold up. So bring it to me, we gon' roll up. Pull up with my girls, we gon' go up. I don't need no man on my team, just a fly girl thing. $20 in the dreams, yeah, yeah.
Suicide doors up for the queen.
Yeah, yeah.
Got that body, I'ma make you fiend. Yeah, yeah.
I don't need no man on my team, just a fly girl thing. Bust down trippy on me, yeah, yeah.
Suicide doors up for the queen.
Yeah, yeah.
Got that body, I'ma make you fiend. Yeah, yeah.
It's a fly girl thing. It's a fly girl thing, yeah. We rockin' big boy rings.
Rockin' big boy rings, yeah.
It's a fly girl thing. It's a fly girl thing, yeah. We rockin' big boy rings.
Rockin' big boy rings, yeah.